Tell us exactly what Digital Scientist does.
We essentially help companies change, kind of re-engineer, if you will, how their buyers buy and how their sellers sell, and apply all the new technologies. And kind of, there's a revolution underway out there, and so we help them take the best of what's going on and use it to grow their business.
And today we were talking about growing your business, obviously, and for these entrepreneurs, what advice can you give to the entrepreneurs to really boost their business and make things happen?
Yeah, that's a big category when you say entrepreneur. It varies very much by category, but what I've noticed in many instances that entrepreneurs can get so enamored with an idea that they focus on, they forget that they can't just build something, and you can't build it and have people come, right? To use the old phrase, you actually have to drive people there. And so, you need to have enough money, right? Usually it turns into, you have to have enough money to get people to show up. And time again, I see entrepreneurs that don't have enough to kind of make it the whole way. And so they'll complete a product and run out of money, right? And then, it's an unhappy story.
If they do run out of money, they can depend on social media for marketing. So what kind of advice do you have in that regard?
Social media doesn't always do it, right? So let's use an example. I think that would be helpful. So if you have an app and you're in the iTunes store, right? And you want to get attention, the social media is a given, right? Because everybody is going to be using social media. But usually you do need a little bit more to get people to be in the top 10, right? Sometimes it's attention from iTunes. You use a lot of different potential angles to kind of move your way up in the store. You need partnerships. There's just more to it. And it'll vary also by type of app within the store. So for example, if you're a travel app, how do you kind of connect to other travel brands potentially to give you that special boost?
Tell us about the major companies that you've worked with and why they are so successful.
Most of the companies I'm working with are large brands. There are dynamics at play in each of them that kind of either insulate them from change or make them potential victims of change. So for example, I've worked with a lot of luxury brands that, the brand is so powerful that, people, a lot of the technology is just new channels to get the stuff that people already want, right? So if you like Chanel shoes, right, and you can buy them on a mobile phone, that's great. But it's because you love Chanel. However, if you're in a business like Lamar that has billboard advertising, then Google represents a threat, mobile phones represent a threat. I'm not looking up at a billboard if I'm looking at a phone, right? And so some have to go through full-scale reinvention, and some are just, these are new channels and new ways to communicate. So,
lastly, any advice that you can share for the folks out there who are watching this and have seen the success that you have had?
I would say, do what you love. Find the thing that you're specifically interested in, because any entrepreneurial venture is going to be way more work than you think it is. And so if you're doing something that you don't like to do, or if you think you're doing something that you think you're supposed to do or that your father did just to do it, that's not worth it, right? Because most entrepreneurs fail, right? That's the sad truth is, not everybody's on a rocket ship to $1 billion valuation. So you better like it, because even if you fail, you'll be learning something, you'll be doing something that you're enjoying along the way.
Great answer. Tom, thank you very much.